all the time.
Okay. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Schmudgeon of Curmudgeon. I am your fellow curmudgeonly host, Dewey Conway, and to my
Hey, we
left
got
over
it that
here,
time.
well, it's because I'm doing it.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
We got Bill Adams, my other curmudgeon, curmudgeon in crime,
Who's in
curmudgeonly
the
brother.
mustache era right now? That's it.
Him and Taylor Swift, both in the mustache. Anyway,
Ooh.
and and tonight we have Alex Arch. Welcome.
Hey,
Hi.
I forgot to put a title on mine. I didn't know if it worked. So,
Oh,
Well, we
but
could.
it's
We
okay.
could
It's
always
okay.
add
It's
a
okay.
title. What
I'm
do you
in
want
no
to be?
par-
I can add a title for you.
I'm in no particular era. You could put in my author era, maybe.
Author era. Okay.
oh, okay. Never mind.
Oh, Canadian Curmudgeon is perfect.
Oh,
Never-
sorry.
That's all right. You're in your author era. I'm in my grumposaur era, but I've been in that era for a couple of decades. Well, so anyway, howdy, and looks like we have Alex in the chat. Hello, Alex. Welcome to the
Another
chat.
Alex.
And so you come to the show. We're gonna just dive right in and ask you. Tell us about yourself. Who is Alex Arch, and what do you do?
Well, first and foremost, I'm a father and I'm a husband. So I've got two children. By day, I'm a firefighter. Well,
Ooh.
by day and by night. And also, I'm the author of the Stars Within and The Source of Strife, which is my first attempt at an epic fantasy.
Oh, we got
wow.
Dave Lawson.
That's me in a
chat.
nutshell.
Sorry.
Sorry?
We got Dave Lawson in the chat. Sorry in advance.
The Stars Within and The Source of Strife. We got two fantastic looking books here. All right. Well, Alex,
Thanks.
welcome to the show. And we'd like to start things off though with a little thing that we do just to kind of recap the day before we dive into the big questions, and that is what we call our curmudgeon scale. Now, let me bring it up. Now, the curmudgeon scale, just so you know, is here we go, is just how you're feeling for the day. It can change over the course of this hour, but just right now in this moment, and maybe over the course of the day, rating yourself on a curmudgeonly scale. So the scale starts at 0, which is for me, a 0 is like, I'm not as curmudgeon. I mean, I'm okay. And then 10 is like where I was a couple hours ago, which is like, oh my gosh, I'm about to throw something through a window. So where would you rate yourself as a firefighter? This has got to be that's incredible. I'm just wondering where do you rate yourself today?
Well, I hope you won't kick me out of your show because I'm not like a curmudgeon at all. So I would place myself like at 2.
Oh well,
I don't
okay.
think you're going to be the lowest. I don't
You're
think
not
you'll
gonna
be the lowest.
You're not gonna be the lowest. A 2 is okay.
I don't vary that much on that scale. Like I'm always like a 1, 2, or 3 maybe. Like I never get really higher than that.
That's okay. We need those low on the scale because there's plenty of us to go up here. So, Bill, where would you rate yourself today?
A solid 7.
Oh, okay.
Not too bad. Not too bad.
Normal.
Regular.
Okay, and I'm better now. But earlier I was at a 10, but I'm going to put myself down because Alex, your smile and laugh is infectious. I'm going to bring myself down to about 7.5. So you're putting me in a good mood. So
And you got to talk about Rush pre-show. So
and you're Canadian, you're from Montreal, and you know about Rush, and so that makes me feel good. So Alex, I'm gonna put you at a 2 there. See, you're not so
right
bad.
below the Joe Byrne when
Joe,
I watched that.
Joe is having a good day. He put himself at 11, 7, and then I'm a 7.5. But if we go back in time, I feel like Tim Carter was a 1. He's a fellow Canadian. He's from Vancouver.
Yeah, he's on the other side though.
And who else was a
Dr. Chase should be.
Dr. Dr.
Oh.
Chase was a 1.5, and then Zeeb was a.
Oh, I'm not even the
1.5.
lowest. Oh, that's great.
Nope.
Yeah, so
You don't take the title there.
you don't quite take the title, but that's okay. We'll forgive you. Here, let me stop sharing my screen. There we go. So, Bill, do you have any questions you want to start us off with?
We'll bring up the wheel. We'll start with that then.
Well, we need to ask you
Okay.
about.
You want to get official. You want to get legitimate and talk about Alex's books. I get it.
Yeah, that's what we're here for. We're here to hear about Alex as an author. And
Okay. Fine. So, Alex, you have two different types of books.
Yeah.
Tell us about them. Give us a little bit of an elevator pitch for those in the chat who hasn't, read your books or seen your books or know anything about your books. We want to get all that out there. So, go ahead. Tell us which one you want to start with, Stars Within or Source of Strife?
Yeah, we'll end with the Source of Strife. We'll go in chronological order. That's my French coming out. And well, the Source of Strife, the elevator pitch is John Wick meets Red Dead Redemption in a magical epic fantasy world. So that's the one sentence pitch I like to do. But if I can get into more details, it's really about this young girl who's got too much power and she can't use it herself, but others can. And like she's been imprisoned all her life because people just want to use that big power for their own gains. So she's been imprisoned her whole life by her own parents, and now she's fed up with it. So she wants to be free. And she meets Ghost, which is like a deserter, and he's got PTSD and he's got depression, and he's pretty trauma-riddled. But at the same time, they work together, they form an unlikely alliance, and they both end up like helping each other. Like he helps her get more. He helps her to reach her freedom and to be more like independent. And she helps him with his past. She gives him a goal, and together, like they just help each other to realize and get better in their life. So that's what the story is really about. And like the star of the show is aside from Ghost and Dini, of course, for me is the magic system. I really love doing
100%. I was gonna say, Dewey, this magic system is awesome.
So is it? Can you describe it without spoilers? Or I would love to hear.
Yeah, for sure. Well, it's a bit. It looks complicated. Like I put a little graphic at the start of the book because just to make it like really clearer for the readers. But it's really like it's about energy. Like mages can displace energy, but they cannot alter its form or like augment its potency unless there's a catalyst. So Dini is a catalyst. So whether mages can enhance their spell, they can they can take a fire and turn it into a wildfire because Dini has got like a big amount of energy. Like usually the catalyst, whenever they get the energy is used, they slowly die for it. Like they get less and less, they have less and less of the energy, but Dini has got like this reusable energy that always comes back. So that's why people want to get her. And yeah, there's also dampener who can affect and like lower the residual output. So it's really about energy, and it really interacts with all the world, and really like everything revolves around this power dynamic of energy. And yeah, that's what I really love doing it. It was really
it was really like I'll be honest, dude. This is one of the coolest magic systems I've read in a while. It is so cool. Like there's, like you said, there's consequences, but you can't really use your own energy. Like the channelers can't use their own energy. They have to use a catalyst's energy. And then, there's consequences there because there's, using other people or objects. And then there's the dampener, which can hide. Because like the catalyst, like if anybody's a channeler, they can sense the energy of a catalyst like anywhere around them, like if they're in that area. And then on top of that, throw in some zombie-like creatures, some people like zombies, with that type of magic system. Hello, like that was. This was definitely going to be one of my top books of 2025 for sure.
So Dini is a catalyst, but she's not the only catalyst. Like, but she's a unique kind of catalyst.
Yeah, well, she's the most powerful in the world. Like,
wow. Okay.
And ever since she was born, like the day she was born, her parents like started fighting over who would control her, and like things escalated from there.
Wow.
So, but thanks, Bill, for giving it a chance. Really, and all the compliments you just gave the book. I'm really, it really touches me.
It's such a good book. I mean, I think I mentioned it, in my review of it, and in our interactions back and forth. The cover strikes me, and Dewey's, that's right up your alley. I saw this cover a couple months ago or whenever you released it, and I'm just like, this cover speaks to me. And then when the book came out, I was great. This book is phenomenal. It's so good, and it's like there's so much action, but it's not just action. There is, like you said, Alex, there's the depression, the PTSD. There is a whole emotional depth behind these characters with all the action and this cool ass magic system. Such a good book. I was engrossed from page one. Like it was such a good book for me.
And this came out this year, right? In March, or was it?
Yeah, okay. It just came out in March.
Fantastic. How's it doing so far? I mean, Bill, high praise. That's no, and I mean that. Bill doesn't say things, like unless he means it. And so,
it's doing good for me. I think I love how it's doing. Like, there's always a little bit of action on my dashboard, so that's always cool.
Good.
It's good.
And I'm really grateful for anyone who reads it. Really, like Billy gave it a chance, and I'm pretty much an unknown author. So whenever someone picks it up, give us time to read it, like I'm super happy.
Well, fantastic. I will definitely be doing another, because it's almost the halfway point of the year is almost over. So I've been seeing like all these people put, my favorite reads of the half year so far. Definitely be shouting it out within the next week. So
thanks, man. Thanks.
See if we can get it in more hands, because it deserves.
It really means a lot.
We need to put your review in the description, Bill, or at least I guess I can go to WWP, but it
was an amazing review. I think I read it like twice or 3 times.
Oh wow!
Well, I try sometimes.
All right. Tell you what, we have another thing we do, and that is our
question time.
Questions. And Bill writes these questions typically, and so they're all his. And for the podcast portion, I do read them aloud. I think that's something that I've been trying to remember to do. But with that said, what we do is we spin the wheel. There's 6 questions, 6 numbers on the wheel. If it lands on a number, we ask that question. They're just silly questions, but fun, and answer the best you can. But if it lands on the old man, this is where you can ask us a question, whatever you'd like. Just I don't know if you have one or not, but you can ask us anything, and it's usually the one I don't like. But hey, I'm keeping it on there for some reason. I don't know why.
I watched the show a few times, so I have a question ready for you guys.
Oh, wow.
If it ever falls on it.
Well, we have 6 questions for you. So here we go. I'm gonna spin it. All right. Number 3, lucky number 3.
Money bags.
If you had to voluntarily give up 1 sense, which would it be and why?
I'll caveat. The reason why I asked this question is because Denny, the character Denny, takes, I guess, a vow of silence almost. She voluntarily gives up speaking because of she's unhappy with their situation. So it's not until Ghost comes in that she starts talking again and surprises the hell out of the other characters.
Well, if I had to voluntarily give one up, it wouldn't be for sure the voice, because I'm pretty volatile when I speak in French, so I would keep that one. I'm not would taste be allowed? I think I would give up taste, like the real taste, not like the smell, like we would still taste, but like no salt.
One of the 5 senses, right?
No salt and sugary stuff. Yeah, I think that I would give up this one. Like I would give up sight. I would give up my voice, my hearing either. So yeah, it would be taste.
That'd make drinking alcohol a lot easier.
Yeah. Well, not that I find it hard, but yeah.
Don't burn with the joke. Sense of direction.
Yeah.
Oh, Joe. Now
Joe.
you're at the dad jokes here.
Sensitivity to cold, I would give that up too.
All right, let's ask another question here. All right. Yay, number 2. The crown. Okay. Which would you pick? Channeler, catalyst, or dampener, and why?
Oh, I would choose channeler any time of day. How cool would it be to, like, every time there's an excess of energy, you can redirect it wherever you are, and then you can take a catalyst. Like catalysts have it pretty hard. I think, well, they have it the hardest. So some make it pretty good, but like it's really like the power dynamics between catalyst and channeler is really like it's messed up a bit. Like
yes, it is.
as you would guess, because they're like catalysts are bags of power that the channeler can use. So yeah, they've got it pretty rough. Dampener can be quite cool too. I think like there's some cool dampeners in there. Like there's a captain of a ship that just like dampens a storm at one point. She needs some power for that, but like it can be practical. But channeler it is, like displacing energy and transferring it. I think like we could be like self-sustained society if we had like this like channeler about now, like where we are in history.
Yeah. No, it would. It's like solar power, basically.
Phil, which one would you do?
Probably the Chandler as well. I mean, it just seems fun. I mean, this is not spoiler-esque, but Ghost has some really cool tools that he's created because he's a Chandler. If you bring the cover back up, Dewey, he's the one with those cool little
with the guns, sir.
Yeah, the little guns, and he's also got like a giant blunderbuss style rifle that he carries too. That he has no idea how it works, which is pretty damn cool.
Yeah, so like what he does is he transfers like the energy into small containers, and he manages to contain it, and then he can shoot them, and then it shatters and it releases the energy. So he's got like guns, and he's got also like these grenade types or like alchemy balls, like that he can throw. So there's a lot of stuff in there that he can do.
Yeah, I love it. I love the blue. I mean that's what it is. It's
it's the blue.
I can't help it. I love looking at covers, and this cover is it's provocative. I love it. It's why, and I think we're done with our questions, so we'll come back to that. But you distracted me, Bill. You maybe bring this up. So I'm looking at Denny and Ghost, and they're breaking off like that. Is there a reason why they looks like they're becoming ash?
Yeah, it's kind of like they are torn like in the middle, and there's a rift in the. It's like it's a bit like they merge into and they're like into the rift, because there are void rifts, and that's when the monsters come out. And like in the story, it's Denny's dad that he's the one who's imprisoned her. He wants to retrieve her at all costs. So he's opening these void rifts that spawn these zombie-like creatures until she gets back to him. So like he's threatening, and they're getting more and more out of control. So it's like they're swallowed. Denny and Ghost are swallowed by all the turmoil in the world, because they're together, they are trying to escape despite the fact that the world might end. So they're like all just swallowed into this huge cycle of power, and that's what the ashes. Well, it's like they're eroding at some point, eroding into the story and into the power game that everybody plays and that they want to be no part of. So that's what cool. It meant.
That's really cool. But this is epic fantasy. You described this as epic fantasy. So if we look at your first book, The Stars Within, This is not epic fantasy, is it?
No, this one is sci-fi. You could have guessed.
So tell us a little bit about this one, because I have some questions about that.
All right. Well, The Stars Within is it's a novella. It's like 40,000 words, and it's really an emotional story because like it's the first one. I got a publisher. It's Champagne Book Group. It was my first book. When my mom died like 10 years ago. I'm not a pretty. I don't speak about my emotion. I'm pretty laid back, and I'm an easy laugh guy in life. So I think I use writing as a cathartic experience. So that's why, like my books aren't like me at all in real life. They're pretty raw. They're pretty emotional, and yeah, the Stars Within, you really use that. So like one of the themes is cancer and how to get out of it. So the main protagonist has cancer. And there are two protagonists, and each are fighting a losing battle, but a different losing battle. And like for one of them to win, there has to be a loser. And like it's a weird. It follows a weird structure, if you will. You always like have the 2 point of views, and like each time. And anyway, there's a big twist at the end, so I cannot say too much about the story, but. It's really like it had to be a science fiction. It could be nothing else because I'm gonna be honest. I'm more of a fantasy writer. Like that's what I'm gonna go in the future. I'm gonna stay more into the fantasy genre. But like this one, it had to be science fiction. And yeah, really, this one will always be close to my heart, like always, because like I wrote it to process some stuff that I had going on inside of me, and yeah, it's a really cool book. Like there's an alien invasion, and there's this commander, and there's a worker like they are into a world where there are some kind of slaves. They're not slaves, but like they have to work, and the company that there's like this huge company, and she controls everything. She controls the mines, and they have to harvest. But every time they're going to pay their debts off, there's something that happens, and they get like the workers, they have cancer because they work in crap conditions. And on the other end, you have Colette, who's like a commander of a spaceship, and she's fighting like against an alien invader who's returning. And yeah, that's what the story is about. It's been compared to Mass Effect 2, like the suicide mission for Colette.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, I really love that review. I thought it was really cool because I really love Mass Effect 2. So, and it's been compared. There's someone who said it was like Ender's Game a bit.
Oh, wow.
A bit, because that's high praise. So I'm going to say it was a bit like Ender's Game.
But you mentioned that you're moving forward as a fantasy writer. So,
well, I'm not saying no to science fiction ever again. But this one, like when you get at the end, there's like no place for a sequel, really.
Okay. Yeah. The thing about sci-fi, which I love, is that you can explore high concepts. You know, it sounds like that's what you're doing. You're really taking exploration into some what did you say there were like one had cancer, one, so you're exploring these concepts that you in fantasy, I don't know, fantasy tends to be a little different with high concept stuff. So sci-fi, alien invasion puts a square in sci-fi. Is there anything about the story that when you chose to write it, like why did you choose to go down the route of sci-fi? Like what made you about the story made you decide to put it in that setting?
Well, it just had to be like, 'cause there's a twist at the end, and just it wouldn't work otherwise.
Okay.
So it's like it had to be. I started with the ending for that book, and I built the book around the ending because I really wanted it to end like this. So
Gotcha.
yeah, it just had to be. You cannot have I couldn't have anything else, and I always try to do some. I always try to add a little bit of twist, like Bill. There's something at the end of the Source of Strife too that you find out, and that changes everything.
Yep.
So there are a few things, and that's what I always try to do with every of my book. Like there's something that you think that just changes at the end. But The Stars Within, if you like, there are some people that read it and like didn't understand the ending, and it just the book doesn't mean the same thing at all if you don't understand the ending. And I'm glad my publisher didn't try to change it, because for me, I wouldn't have published it with them if they had said like, oh, you have to change that ending or something. I would have said like, okay, the contract is over, because it meant that much to me.
Wow.
So is that more like a hybrid press then, where
it's an indie press?
indie press?
Yeah, because they didn't want to publish it in paper. It's in the contract, like it's too short for them. So I think like they would lose too much money.
Gotcha.
But I'll always be I'll always be like super grateful to them, because like they took a chance on me. I was an unknown author. This is my first. It's a novella, so usually publishers are more like they don't take that much of a chance, especially with a new author. So I was really glad that they did, because like this book is super close to my heart. Of course, I wrote it for my mom, so. The dedication at the beginning is to her, so I'm really glad it got published and it's out there.
So I guess that my question is so if you went indie pub, like a publisher with this, did you try to query Source of Strife at all too?
Yeah, I tried to query it. I have a few a few agents asking for full, but it never panned out. So I went the indie route, but like instead of an indie publisher, I think I prefer self-publishing. Like you have way more freedom. Like of course the cost up front are more expensive, but the freedom is just like really awesome. Like the map I did myself. I could do the little graphic for the magic system. I outsourced the cover. I had my word to say. So. And it's way easier to like, how much you sell, because with my publisher I just like I have checks a few times, like twice a year or something. So
that's really
that
cool.
Contract. Do you have like a time period on that contract, or?
Yeah, it's 5 years from it's in 2022. It's summer 2022 that it released, so until 2027.
Okay.
Well, that's not your. Is that your novella? Is that your first published story?
Yeah.
Or do you have, okay. So, because I seemed to, when I was doing a little research, I was coming across another story called, oh gosh.
The Girl Who Never Stopped Growing?
That's it.
Yeah,
yes.
It's a short story. It's a free short story that when you sign up to my newsletter.
Oh, okay.
That one is 7,000 word long. It's really it's an allegory. I really love it. Like, I think people should read it. I don't think many I don't know if many people read it, but I really love it. It's an allegory on our world, and yeah, there's a twist at the end, of course. It was really fun to write. I'm writing a new short story right now, like a half novella, half short story. It's like 20,000 words, and I think it's really cool. It's like people have to put demon parts into them. They have to translate the demon parts into their bodies to have magic.
Ooh, that's it's not like, what would you call that? What, because you have cyborgs. No.
It's gothic fantasy.
Oh,
wait, say that again.
Gothic fantasy.
Oh, gothic fantasy, but like somebody
Renaissance stuff.
Someone who implants demon parts instead of like cybernetic parts or like technology. You're instead putting demon parts. We call the cybernetic ones cyborgs. What do you call a demon? Like, what do you?
They're called grafted in there. The grafted, because it's like it's a gangs of New York in Renaissance setting a bit. So I tried to. So it's like really in the city, and there's all these gangs. There's like the righteous, and there's the priests, the grafteds, and there's the demon people who worship demons, like the occultists, and they all fight one another.
You need to stop talking, because I need this book like yesterday.
I just finished it. It's in beta readers. I can send it to you if you want a beta read. Seriously, I really enjoyed writing it. It was super cool to write. I didn't know I would have. It's really unhinged. Like the character is really like angry. So I really love this.
Awesome. What's the title? Can we have?
Well, it's kind of a clever pun. Joe, if Joe Byrne is still there, he's gonna love it. It's like, here lies the truth. Like the death of truth. I don't know. Here lies the truth.
Yeah. So the truth is buried here, guys, but the truth is lying, but it's also dead. Okay, yeah. Very cool.
Exactly.
Oh boy, that sounds so. Oh man, I'm I'm ready for that one.
Alrighty, let's see. We're going to ask you another question. All right, number 5, the candelabra. No, the axe.
Buddy.
Your favorite pre-2000 video game. So something before Xbox and PS2.
Easy one. There's no contest there. It's Chrono Trigger.
Oh, like it's with
Chrono Trigger.
Yeah, it's like my favorite game of all time. It's still not even like favorite pre-2000. Like even like till today, Chrono Trigger is still my favorite.
Chrono Trigger.
I haven't played that game in so many years.
That is I love Chrono Trigger. When that came out, it was like, oh my god! I
remember playing. I was playing with my brother. We were fighting Magus, and like, I think we were screaming in the room.
Oh my gosh! Do you still have like a version of that, or like a ROM of it, or I don't think it's out. I don't think it's out on the Switch. Like Switch store as one to get, but I know I have a ROM of it. So.
Yeah, I think you could probably play it on the Switch. There's been a few versions, like with the new videos and new graphics. Well, not new graphics, but they have like these CGI, like these scenes.
The cutscenes.
Yeah, the cutscenes like animated. I don't even have those ones, but.
Wow! So that means the system. Would your system be the I guess the SNES? So Super Nintendo, would that be your favorite system then, or?
If it's my favorite system, I don't think so. I think it would be like the PS2, probably, because that's the one that was the one I was playing more. Because now I mostly play with my brothers, like play the video games. But the game that just came out, Clair Obscur, was really awesome. I don't know if you guys played it, but. Like if you like RPGs, Clair Obscur was really awesome.
We've had a lot of chats about that in our WWP Discord. I haven't played it. I just busted out my PS2 to play Final Fantasy X. I had to buy a special cord because my TV is too advanced, and I spent like an hour trying to play with the color on the screen because it was just like way too dark for some reason. I'm like, oh, come on! I just want to kill some sin creatures.
Did you have to like blow off some dust from it? Like,
yeah, right.
He got out like an old tome.
Yeah,
it's
the system of legends.
Yeah, my GameCube and my PS3.
Wait, you had a GameCube, Bill?
Of course I did.
No. Do you have one now?
Yeah.
Oh, I love a GameCube. Yeah, mine's upstairs. But you have to get that special controller like you have. You have to get because nothing has the 3 little plugs anymore.
Yeah. What AVI?
The RCA cable. Yeah. Nothing has that anymore. You have to do HDMI everything now.
For the young people in the chat, they have no idea what that is.
For the young people in this chat, it used to be 3 little cables, a red one, a yellow one, and a white one. And you'd have to plug them in to the little spots on the back of your TV. And that was how we got our pictures back in the day. I won't even go to what it looked like in the 80s, but hey, we'll not talk about that. All right, we're going to spend one more time. Let's see. All right, number 1, got the chalice. Let's see. Top 5 zombie movies or shows.
Top 5. I have 28 Days Later. I have I forgot the title in English. I don't know. The one with they have the cricket bat. It's a funny with the blonde guy.
Shaun of the Dead.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, Shaun of the Dead
for sure. For sure, that was so fun. After that, I have Walking Dead is one, of course, like the first seasons, because at one point it got like a bit too much, like too much zombie. And after that, on the top of my head, I don't know. Top 5 zombie movies. I have
Train
no more.
Busan. Have you seen that one?
No, I haven't seen Train of Busan.
Highly suggest. It's a Korean film, South Korea, but or North Korea. I'm sorry. South Korea. Why can't I get it right? But it's on a train. It's zombies on a train. It's so good.
It looks awesome. I'm gonna watch it. You made me think. I watched a show. It was Kingdom, I think.
Oh yes,
it's like in feudal Japan, and there's like
Kingdom
zombie. Yeah, I love that.
I'm waiting. Yeah. It's been out. It hasn't. They haven't come out with something in like 4 years though. It's been. They did that one like really long special edition episode, and then they haven't done anything since.
Oh, okay. Well, that was good. And there's like it's not zombie especially, but it's another. I think I don't know if it's Korean or Japanese, but it's like there are in an apartment building and people become monsters.
Yeah,
that was really fun. I really love that.
What's it called? It's the guy with the thing in he has a cell phone. Like he was playing the video games and is that the one you're talking about?
Yeah, and he makes like a spear with a knife.
Yeah,
at the end.
Yeah, that was. Really I think it was another Korean one. I think it was the Korean. The Korean zombie shows and movies are just all really good.
Well, Bill, you and I watched one. I thought one of the Korean ones. Was it the one on the train? I can't remember.
Yeah, Train to Busan is the one we watched.
Was it? Okay. Yeah, I remember watching that and going, ugh. So what about if you like 28 they have the new one 28 years later. Have you seen that just came out?
Well, I've seen the trailers, but I haven't seen it yet. But I would love to see it. I don't know if it's any good, but
I've heard it's excellent.
I've heard really good things about it. Like I didn't really care too much for 28 weeks later, or 28 weeks later, the sequel. It was okay. I mean, it didn't stand up to the test of the first one, but they're saying that this one is really good because Danny Boyle's back directing it and trying to bring it back to its roots. So I'm excited to watch that one for sure.
Yeah, that's what I keep hearing too. And I'm thinking, wow, that's pretty impressive because the first one was so good. But I noticed you didn't mention any George Romero movies like Night of the Living Dead, Return of the Living Dead.
They're fun too. Yeah. That's the one with the girl who it's like a bit funny, right?
Well, Return of
the girl who like puts a gun into her leg or something.
Oh, that was I'm
the one with the machete, like
Grindhouse, Planet Terror.
Okay. Sorry, I'm messing up my zombie movies.
Giant machine gun.
Oh, that's so. I haven't seen those, but I've seen the old George Romero ones, like the old.
Planet Terror was.
I probably watched it. I just don't remember the title.
It's old. They're old. 80s.
I'm old too.
So, what were you saying, Bill?
No, I was just to say, Grindhouse is the one where it's a 2-film. Quentin Tarantino did one film called Death Proof,
exactly.
And Robert Rodriguez did Planet Terror, which was the zombie one. And then they had like the fake trailers in the middle, like where they actually became movies. Machete was one of the trailers. I don't know if you've ever seen Machete with Danny Trejo.
I have.
Thanksgiving was just released not that long ago. It was like a slasher film with the guy dressed up like a pilgrim. They actually made a movie of it.
Oh.
Well, I think the director is Rodriguez.
I think
that's his name. So that's why I messed it up with Romero. But like, I remember watching the old zombie movies.
Yeah,
I probably watched them.
Well, there was. I thought you said Thanksgiving. I thought you meant Thanksgiving. You remember that's the one with the zombie turkey. Have you seen that?
That looks awesome.
It's really terrible and awesome. I mean, this turkey's like he's kind of like Freddy Krueger. He's always making these quips and coming out of people's stomachs and things.
You just made me think of one of my favorite. I'm gonna put it on my top 5 for sure, and it's Zombeaver.
Oh, that was really good.
Zombeaver, that was so good. I love that movie.
That would be awesome. I think I've seen that. I've seen it
it's one of those. It's so bad it's good, and it's only like what 5 to 10 years old. It's like not even that old.
It's incredible.
Oh,
You can guess
my
it's
gosh.
zombie beavers. Yeah. That was incredible.
Okay, so I'm shifting gears. I have a question for you. You mentioned you're a firefighter by day / night, but you're also an author. Like, what made you? What's inspired you to write? I mean, the firefighter is a pretty intense job, from what I understand.
Yeah. Well, it started when I was like, I was working at another job, and I was working night shifts. So, and sometimes it was getting like pretty lonely, and there was nothing much to do. So I started writing right there. I started writing like a few my first book there, and then after my mom died, like I just needed that outlet to pour, because like there's a lot of stuff I don't process usually, but like putting it to paper, it helps me like sort things out, because like I had I had a kind of a rough time after she passed away, and yeah, so like every book has like that few the things that I process in them, like it goes to like he's worse than I was, of course, but like it helped me work out some stuff about myself, about what I was feeling and what I was going through. So it's kind of cathartic to me, and like that's why I never stopped writing. Like,
wow. So it's very well. I think for all of us, writing is very personal, but for you especially, it's taken on that extra layer of catharsis. You know,
and I like I think I have like, since I started writing, I have like so many ideas in my head, like I cannot stop anymore.
You mean like demon augmentation?
Yeah, demon grafting.
Well, and that makes me think, what would I want from a demon to put on my body? I think I'd want a tail. Demons have tails, right?
Yeah, there are tails in there. There's they sometimes they put bones in their skin, so that they can but it fuses with them, and it's pretty it's gnarly.
So it's like indestructible. Is that what the concept is for the bones?
Yeah,
that's so cool.
Yeah, so I've got like all these ideas that come up, and I try to do things a bit different. Like, I don't think you'll ever see a dragon in my book. Not that I don't like dragons, but I just want to do things that haven't really been done before. So that's why I try to search for stuff that, yeah, exactly, like grafting demon parts. I don't know if it's been done, maybe. But
I mean, that's the good thing about being indie or self-published, is you get carte blanche. You could do whatever you want and write the story you want, and that's
exactly
what I think is the best part about being self-published author. So take all those ideas that you have and run with them. I like this story sounds awesome.
It really does.
Pick that up.
Well, thanks. I just don't know if I'll have enough time to write all of those. I've got like so many ideas, and now I'm writing the sequel to The Source of Strife. So
so you are going to make a sequel out of it.
I will. It's probably going to be a trilogy, but I came up with something else that it might take it even longer. So I don't know if it's going to work out. It's got with the Source Eaters.
Okay, so, and will it be with Denny and Ghost still and Bravid?
Yeah.
Okay.
For sure.
So I'm gonna let you
unless something happens. I don't want to spoil it.
Well, yes, of course.
Well, I'm gonna let you on a little secret. Bill doesn't like dragons either. Okay, so we're gonna do the next question.
I don't dislike dragons. It's just in my work. I'm trying to shake things up. I love dragons. I actually love them. I try, like, it's something I try to set myself apart with.
And keep doing it. I'm glad you're writing another story in this world, because there is ample opportunity. You introduce, for the people that haven't read it yet, there's a lot of different cultures and places that are really cool, and I'd love to see more backstory there. Like there's like a city that's almost like a floating city, Dewey, with like rope bridges and stuff going to different places.
Right.
the people that live half in the underground, kind of, and their anti-patriarchy, which was really nice to see.
Yeah, I really love that. Writing that was like it was one of the highlights of like I really love that city. It's like there's like a floating grass.
Yeah.
So people like live like the smaller the people, because if they're too big, they sink into the water. So the smaller the people, the better. So the woman, like, they want to reproduce with the smallest men and to keep the people small. And since the women are smaller, they're the strong people there. They're like the guys are all like burly and have trouble walking, and they live on the ground because since they live in the sea, they have the sand and they transfer heat into the sand and they form like glass houses. So they live in the water, underwater, in glass houses under the living the living floor.
Yeah, it was cool. Like the character's only there for like, I don't know, 50 pages maybe at the most, but it was just like a really cool glimpse into this world. But the book itself, I'm stealing your thunder here, Alex, it has a pretty solid ending. It stands alone. And I said this in my review. I hope that there's more books. So I'm really happy you're writing more in this world, because it's such a cool world.
Yeah, that was a bit of my goal to do, like, it could be a standalone, but I wanted to continue because that, like, there's still threads to that aren't finished yet. So yeah, that was exactly my goal. So I'm glad you got it.
Yeah, this man definitely, Anteliers. This is fascinating imagination. I love it. Weird West. I mean, the Weird West stuff is definitely big in your world, and love it.
For such a complicated magic system, though, and it sounds like the worlds that you're building within the world, the cultures and everything are pretty detailed and extensive. How long did it take you to write this? I mean, if like, did you have to put a lot? Did it just come out of you, or did you have to do research, or what? Would you like? How long did it take to write the story?
It took quite a while. Yeah.
Okay.
For sure, it took like I think it took me, especially since I'm a slow writer because I'm French, so I have to really like concentrate when I write. Usually, I write like 500 words a day maximum. And yeah, whenever I get stuck, I go on a run, and when I run, like, usually I can come up with stuff while I run, and that's my technique. When I'm stuck at some point, I go take a run, and then I come up with stuff while I'm running. And it must have taken me 3 years to write, probably.
Okay.
Especially since, like, I started writing it before the Source of Strife was picked up by a publisher, and then I worked with a professional editor. So then I had to rewrite everything because, like, I had picked up some tricks from the editor, what to do, what not to do. So I had to rewrite like a good chunk of the story. So yeah, it took me quite a while, but yeah.
Those editors.
Yeah, those editors.
They helped me a lot, especially with those commas.
So you said you're a slower writer because of the English. Do you not write in French at all?
No, I haven't written. I've written one book in French because right now I'm working a children book because, like, I would like my children to read it. So I actually started in English and then I translated it to French.
Oh, okay.
And I found it harder to write in French. There's so many details in French, like just the negations, how it works. Like, you have to put the negation before, but when we speak, we don't really do it. And it's like a young boy who writes in a diary. So I didn't know, because like a literary French and spoken French, especially from Canada, is really two totally different things.
Yeah, so, I mean, it's kind of funny. My company, we're a French-owned company, and whenever the French come to our labs in French Canada, they're like, "What are you even saying?" Like, it's not the same type of French.
It's like a slang. French Canadian is like a slang of the usual French. So, and when we speak, we speak super fast. So there are a lot of differences, and yeah, and that book, like, I'm working with an artist now because I wanted to do like a diary, and he's a drawer, so he can draw. He draws so that the children, because it's magical, of course, and there's a twist at the end. So yeah, yeah, I wanted the children to have like a clear image of what's going on. So right now I'm working with an artist to bring it to life.
Oh, wow.
So I can't wait for it to be finished.
So it's a children's picture book. Like you're planning on it to be like a.
No, it's not really. It's like not even a graphic novel. It's really like there's going to be doodles in the. I don't know if you can see it, like small drawings in the margins, and
Okay.
like sometimes he says like, "Oh, I'm going to draw this," and he just draws like something weird that he saw, or something like it.
That's
so
cool.
There's like a 10 to 11 drawing in the whole book.
It's kind of like Diary of a Wimpy Kid. It's what I'm picturing, where there's drawings throughout the book.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, very cool. Well, let's ask you another question here. I had it pulled up. We have 2 more, so hopefully we'll get one of these. That's not.
Dewey's out there. It is. I was gonna say Dewey's dreading.
And it's a hard one, the one I had prepared for you guys.
Oh, really?
So for the podcast people, so Alex gets to ask us a question.
I'm gonna go. Maybe you're gonna have to think about it, but I wanted to ask you, like, what is in any media? Like, it can be in movies, books, games, shows. What is your favorite story? Like, just the story, like not gameplay, not. It can be in any media.
Mine is simple. But my ultimate all-time favorite was Watership Down by Richard Adams. I've read it a billion times. I can't reach up there right now, but I have a bunch of copies. Yeah, there you go. Right. Watership Down. It's my favorite book of all time. I read it when I was in 6th grade, which I was 12 when I read it, and I read it like once a year. It's
really? I haven't even read it, so that's what I wanted. I wanted recommendations for you guys.
It's my favorite book. It's about rabbits. They're rabbits.
they're
but
rabbits.
It's basically like a version of Homer, like the Odyssey and stuff like that. They're going on a journey. And they're actual rabbits, though. They think like rabbits. So it's not like anthropomorphic, where they're walking and talk. I mean, they do talk, but it's not like they're walking and they're like humanoids. They're actual rabbits. But it's such a good book. Such a good book.
All right, I'll have to read that.
Well, Bill, would you recommend the animated?
Yeah, there's a 1970s. In the late 70s movie that's animated, and it's pretty graphic because there's like a competing warren of rabbits run by the author says it was not about the Soviet Union, but it was basically like a Soviet Union allegory of this other one. And there's some fighting between the rabbits, and there's some deaths and all this stuff. So it gets pretty vicious in this movie in the 70s. Did not hold back. So there's like a whole group of like Dewey's age friends that are all
completely traumatized by Watership Down because we saw the rabbits. We thought, oh, this is going to be fun. And yeah.
Okay, so you were among them, right?
Yeah.
It was pretty bad. Flowers for Algernon is good. That's a
good choice.
Well, that's mine. that was mine. If I think of any story, I really love that one.
Yeah, Flowers for Algernon. I guess for me, I have 2. So the one that I really love, I mean, besides the normal ones like Tolkien and all that, is going to be Bone by Jeff Smith, which is a graphic novel. Completely influenced my thinking of how I draw and how I animate and do sequential storytelling and comic type storytelling. I love that book. It's a comic, but then it's like now a huge graphic novel. But I have to say before that, before I read that, my biggest influence was a series called I, Claudius by Robert Graves. So I love that book. It's a historical fiction of the emperors of Rome from the perspective of Claudius, who was the 4th emperor. So anyhow, yeah, I go from historical fiction of the birth of the Roman Empire to Bone, which
that's great. I never heard of those, so I'm gonna go check them out.
Go check out Bone. It's a great fantasy. It's fantastic for kids up to adults. I mean, yeah, that was a good question. Thank you.
That was a really good question.
That was nice. Okay, let me see if we have time for one more.
Yeah, we got time. Let's finish these out. These are
all right. Well, then we'll do 6. The candelabra. Bill wrote these for you, so let's ask them. Write for, create characters for, or get rid of? Star Wars, Marvel, or Star Trek?
Kiss, Marry, Kill, but just
okay. Oh, I would love. Yeah. I think you put me in a tough spot right there. Right? There's bound to be a fandom who hates me. Well, okay. I'm gonna go with write for Star Wars, create characters for Marvel, because of course, like the possibilities are endless, and then that leaves me with Star Trek. It's just
get out of here.
It's just because I don't know that much about Star Trek. I never watched it when I was young, so I don't know it at all. So, but the way they've treated Star Wars recently, I'd rather we get rid of it. But for nostalgics, for nostalgia, I would keep.
But if you write for Star Wars, you could help fix it too.
Yeah,
you can help fix it. Yeah,
yeah, but that would be. It's hard. It would be hard because they just do too much of that stuff now.
Then they force feed you. Had to put in Luke Skywalker and stuff in the story.
Yeah.
Did we have a comment on our last show about Kathleen Kennedy?
Yeah,
we talked. Yeah, we talked with Joe
about how she ruins everything. Yes, Star Wars. Oh my gosh! Personally, Star Wars is what influenced me. From when I was a kid, when it came out, I saw it in the theater, like the 1977 one. I went to the theater and saw Star Wars, and it was amazing as a little kid. And then, of course, you get all the toys. But Star Trek was foundational for me. So I just have to throw that out there. I've often been accused of having a Captain Kirk / Spock complex. So,
well, I know Star Trek fans are there's this war between Star Wars and Star Trek, but I just never got into Star Trek. I never even watched. I don't think I've watched one episode of Star Trek.
Oh,
I watched the recent movies. With Chris Pine, I think that's all I watched. It was good.
Yeah.
It was good.
If you want to explore the original series for sure, you might have to, I don't know. Oh yeah, yay, Pippin! Thank you. Yeah, live long and prosper. Okay, I guess we have number 4 left. Then let's round this out with the key. What does a key hold? Which literary world would Ghost succeed in, and which would he be a total disaster?
Well, he's a total disaster in his own world. That's good. But I think he would succeed in pretty much because Ghost is his main trait, is that he always adapts and he can always find a solution to most problems. That's his biggest strength. His weakness is that he's a mess, and his mental health is a mess.
Just a little bit of a mess.
But I think he would succeed in pretty much every world. He would succeed in, he would, but he would be a total disaster probably in Game of Thrones because it's so dark and the political games would break him. He would be so done with all these games. And so it would be a disaster in Game of Thrones, and he would succeed in most of them. He would probably succeed in. It would just be as much of a disaster in Game of Thrones. But
I love that. But your character well enough is he's not gonna. No. He's not gonna do it well. No. Wow. Well, we're coming up on the hour. This has been a great discussion. Bill, do you have any final thoughts, or anyone in the chat? Final thoughts or questions for Alex?
If anyone has any questions in the chat, definitely get them in. But all I want to say is reiterate: read The Source of Strife, people. It's such a good book. Go read it.
Thank you so much,
please.
Thank you so much. Really, it means a lot. like that you took a chance on it and that you loved it that much. Like I really appreciate it, like so much.
Well, thank you for writing such a good book. It's not hard to scream from the rooftops when the book is so good.
Awesome.
Yeah, Nick, you may own it, but go read it. I know you're a slow reader.
Yeah, I'm a slow reader as well, so I understand that.
I'm not. I read very fast.
Yeah, okay, you're not.
I read at least 2 words a minute. Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, Richard's up. Hey, Richard. 3 a.m. over in the UK.
He's not sleeping. Hi.
Crazy.
Oh, I don't know what time is it. It's like 6 hours before or after in the UK.
Yeah, it says it's 3 a.m. So that's.
Oh, damn, Richard. Hi.
Well, if no one in the chat has questions, and we're at the top of the hour, we wanted to just thank you so much for coming and chatting with us. This has been a lot of fun. Do you have any final thoughts? Like, what are next steps? We kind of a peek during the show, like what you're thinking about doing with maybe writing a sequel to The Source of Strife. But what's next for you?
Well, yeah, as you guessed while we're talking, like I have a lot. Like I have 3 books right now in the works. Yeah, I have a few projects. So I have the middle grade fantasy. I have Here Lies the Truth. And I have the sequel to The Source of Strife. And I have 3 other projects that are not yet started, but the outline is being started. I have like I forgot what did they call it, like a magnum opus, like the big expansive word with I'm working in a magic system in my head. It's pretty cool.
Wow.
Maybe I can give you a sneak peek. It's like the magic system is like memories. People like can recall memories. Like there's a collective memory of all the people that like that. It's called the weave, and they can like recall that memory. So there's a lot of stuff to do with that. So that will be like in my expensive series, and people can control memories. This kind of magic. So there's like this illusion of like, sometimes you think you know something but you don't.
Okay.
What's like when everybody thinks they remember something in a way and it wasn't that way.
Yeah,
there's this it's got a word, but I don't remember it. Maybe someone can
called the Mandela effect.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
exactly. So yeah, there's a lot of it can there can be the Mandela effect. So that's like the one but that one will be in a while because I want to finish The Source of Strife first, ideally. Yeah. So but I'm gonna start working on that, and yeah, there's a science fantasy that I want to do at one point, and that's about it.
No, that's all. Okay,
yeah,
well,
that's all.
You've got a lot coming out. We got a lot to look forward to on the horizon for you. Yeah. And we have your website linked in the description of the video. And that's where you can go and get the 4,000 word novella for sign up, right? You can sign up for a newsletter and you get
you receive it.
That's awesome. Yeah, so definitely go check that out. Bill, do you have anything final to say before we get off?
No, I just want to say thank you for joining us and being willing to sit with us and shoot the breeze, as we say, and keep on writing, man. I keep keep shouting it out. Get this man's books; they are very good.
Or at least thank you very much.
I'd read the other one still, but
thank you for having me, man. It was a lot of fun. And if I can just say one thing, because like I'm always saying like, oh, it's emotional and it's raw, but like at its core, The Source of Strife is a hopeful story. Like there's hope, and
definitely is.
So I just wanted to point out that it's not like all bleak and all this stuff. It's really it's Ghost's journey to like becoming who he's meant to be. Like,
yep.
And
it's definitely not a grimdark story, but there is emotion there, which is the good. Like it's always good to have an emotional growth.
So thank you very much for having me. I had a great time, guys.
All right. Thank you, Alex. Everybody check him out, and maybe we'd love to have you. All the stuff's in the link, and when you get that sequel to Source of Strife, let's have you back.
Yeah.
All right.
Back
for sure.
All right. Thanks everybody for joining in the chat, and thanks for joining who might watch the replay. We are Dewey and Bill, and we were with Alex Arch on a Schmudgeon of Curmudgeon, and we will see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.